Hi, and welcome to this demonstration of ServiceTeam ITSM, hopefully in 30 minutes or less. And thank you for your interest in our product, ServiceTeam ITSM. So joining me today for our demo of ServiceTeam ITSM is Ashkar Raman. Ashkar is a technical specialist here at Provence. So more on the technical side of the product, and he'll be walking you through the product demonstration today. And I'm Greg Singleton. I'm VP of Sales and Go-to-Market here at Provence. And it's a pleasure to present ServiceTeam to you today. So just as we set up Ashkar for the demo, I wanted to take just a couple of minutes just to introduce you to some of the thinking behind ServiceTeam and how important we think platform is. So in the market, we're seeing a definite preference by our customers for a best of platform or a best of suite approach to IT service management. We've completely built ServiceTeam on top of the Power Platform and Power Apps. So it's on one of the world's most scalable, flexible, and secure platforms available in the world, of course, that being from Microsoft and having significant investments not only in the core technology, the platform, everything running on Azure, but also in the emergence of AI and Copilot and so on, as that starts to make its way not only into the platform, but into our products also. So we're as native to the platform as any other sort of Microsoft application is in Power Apps, such as Dynamics applications and so on. Again, fully underpinned by Azure and all of our data, et cetera, in the Dataverse. So from an architecture or a marketecture perspective, in the middle here, we're providing the ITIL aligned best practices and capabilities around things like your typical service desk functionality, incident problem, change management, service request management, service levels and catalogs and so on, knowledge, asset management, and more. All of this is surrounded by platform capabilities around security and roles and automation and workflows, being able to leverage other Power Platform applications like Power Apps, Power Pages for the portal, Power Automate for automation and workflows, Power BI for reporting and analytics, and the list goes on here. As well, we have a number of capabilities to extend what we do on the platform to other management tools or other types of tools for discovery, things like Entry ID or Azure and Azure Monitor, Microsoft Defender, the System Center products. There may be other discovery tools that you're using from other providers, SolarWinds, for example, and others. So again, providing the capability at the product level and at the platform level to extend into these types of very common technologies that our customers use. And of course, Microsoft has a massive library of application extensions to the Dataverse or connectors to the Dataverse that are available to customers as well that can be leveraged here. So it's a full platform approach. It's enterprise level IT service management and asset management from Provence, again, with our focus today on ServiceTeam ITSM. Okay, with that, I'm going to turn things over to Ashkar, and Ashkar is going to walk us through a little bit of a demo.
Over to you, Ash. Thanks, Greg. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our demonstration of ServiceTeam ITSM today. I will walk you through some of the key features and functionalities that make ServiceTeam strong options for many Microsoft-centric organizations looking for a leading platform-based alternative. I will demonstrate the product from 3 different points of view, from an end user, from management, and also from a service desk agent's point of view. I will also use a new starter onboarding scenario to show a couple of the ServiceTeam features, functionalities, and values. Now, without further ado, let me share my screen so that I can get started. I'm just going to turn off my camera so that we can save some bandwidth here and we can focus on the demonstration. Okay, so to start, let's talk about the reporting first, as it is arguably one of the most important aspects of managing your service operations. Starting with our Power BI management reports, you will find a high-level overview of your support operations and key performance indicators. So here, when I talk about Power BI reporting, it's not just one report, it has multiple reports on that. And the first one we're looking at, this is the service desk workload. So for example, Bruce is an IT manager. Bruce comes in, Bruce can see things like how many open tickets are there by different status reasons, how many tickets are maybe are waiting for assignment and nobody's working on that, how many tickets has been fulfilled or on hold, open tickets by different accounts, so how many tickets has been raised by HR or maybe finance department, open tickets by different owners. So who is owning those tickets? Is that a particular person or maybe internal business applications team or maybe any other resolver team out there? Open tickets by category and subcategory, and also open tickets by different priorities based on the urgency and impact from 1 to 4 different priorities. Now, moving forward, if I go to the team performance report, I'm able to see how different teams are doing things in terms of resolving the tickets. What is the closure and backlog growth rate? If there's any hot accounts at risk, if there's any VIP contacts at risk, what is the breach percentage by each team? So when I'm managing the tickets from a team performance level, I can just highlight on this report and I can see all the details. Now, if I move to the SLO performance, this is where I can see service level objective performance, which basically shows the overall dashboard reporting about maintaining SLS, breach percentage, and service desk agents are doing in terms of resolving the tickets, all those details. And then we have a couple of other reports, which is incident management or service request management, problem management, and change management as well. The last report that I want to highlight on here, which is the daily intake view, and this is more likely you can see what's happening on a particular day. So like I was mentioning, Bruce is an IT manager. So when Bruce comes into office, Bruce can see what's happening on that particular day. Maybe all the issues or tickets are coming from VPN. So just by looking into the daily intake view, Bruce can take a decision whether it's the right time to do a problem management based on the situation, if that's the right time to do a root cause analysis. So things like that can be decided just by looking into the daily intake view here. So why it's important, what values we have with the Power BI report here. This is real-time data, what you're looking at here. This sits into the Microsoft Dataverse and obviously best of breed reporting within ServiceTeam, and it is easy to navigate and drill down to details. And also there's the ability to see trends, pinch points, and most importantly, you can just act before they get out of control. And with your Power BI resources, it's easy to extend and create new reports based on your business. Now, moving forward, let's have a look at the service desk agent dashboards, how it looks like just out of the box. So if I go to service desk agents, this is the service desk agent dashboard just out of the box. So for example, there are a couple of different indications here. This flag here, which shows attention is required, meaning maybe a portal comment received, or maybe an incoming email is there waiting for the service desk agent to reply. Or this VIP indication clearly shows that Abigail is a VIP contact, or maybe the hot account shows human resources requires some more attention. Or we can also see the priorities from 1 to 4 based on the urgency and impact. And if you notice here, we can see these are all active tickets. So different statuses, either waiting for assignment or maybe resolved or assigned or maybe in progress. On the right side, we have the task that needs to be fulfilled to complete all these tickets. And here we can see the tickets awaiting assignment and also task awaiting assignment. Now there is another dashboard that we have out of the box, and I want to show that overview dashboard just to show how easy it is to configure, or how easy it is to I can just create my own views here. So you can see on the left side, I have my active tickets view where I can see how many tickets has been assigned or in progress or resolved. I can see the tickets attention required. I can open up that record and I can see how many tickets requires attention. And I can drill down further and I can see out of that 4 tickets, maybe one of them is a priority 1 ticket, and I can start working on the ticket immediately. So things like that I can just decide just by looking at my customized dashboard here. On the right side, I can see all the active announcements. So if there's any internal news, outage, or advisory, I have to follow up with, I can just see them right through the announcements here. And here we have my active tickets fields and also my task fields. Now that's pretty much from the dashboards and reporting. Now let's move to the ticketing management. So there are several methods to generate a ticket. One approach is the common email, where the user can utilize Outlook to compose an email with the subject line serving as the ticket's title and the email body as the ticket's description. And we have also enhanced this process with an Outlook add-in, which provides a more structured and user-friendly way for users to input their ticket information. However, in this demonstration today, we're going to focus on self-service portal. And after logging in via single sign-on or Entra ID, and user can see this page here, which is just out of the box how it looks like. And in this case, let's say David is our end user here. They can create a ticket here, the end user, or maybe looking at the announcements. So for example, David can see all the announcements that is exposed for the end user. If there is any outage, news, or advisory that he needs to follow up with, he can just see them right through the homepage here. Looking at all the open tickets and their different statuses, whether somebody is working on that or it's still waiting for assignment, all those details can be visible right from the portal here. Then looking at suggested resources, or if there's any documents and videos or knowledge-based components, FAQs, all of them are basically can be accessed through the self-service portal. Now let's open up resources so that we can see what David have access to. So here we can see David had access to a couple of knowledge-based components there, or FAQs, or maybe some videos there. And this is role-based basically. So based on David's role, David can only see those knowledge-based components. And same goes for the service catalog, or we can also say the request offering. So here we can see different service catalog. On the left side, we have different request areas, which has different request offerings. So for example, under employee services, we can see maybe adding a member to SharePoint or Teams, or maybe a security group. Facilities management has maybe building access requests or parking access requests. Under human resources, we can see maybe onboarding a new personnel or leave a request. So these are just those request offering, or you can say service catalog, that are just available for David based on his role or the account that person belongs to. Now, let's start with creating a ticket from the portal so that we can see how it looks like from an end user's experience. So let's say this is just a basic ticket form, and this is how it looks like. You can customize this however you want. And maybe David is having some VPN issue today, and maybe it's regarding printing issue. Now, if you notice here, based on the keyword search VPN and issue, it's pulling up all those relevant knowledge-based components that is regarding VPN issue. And David can see how many ratings there on those articles, or how many total views. And based on that, David can maybe open up that article to get some help from there. And before creating the ticket, obviously, sometimes it resolves the issue, so that David can go through this article, get some help from there, so that sometimes maybe this article is going to help David, and David doesn't have to create the ticket. If it's a really long article, David can go by topic highlights. And at the end, if it's helpful, David can rate it or put some comments in there. Now, let's say for this demonstration, this article is not going to help David, and David really wants to create the ticket. So let's say we are going to select the urgency, maybe it's too high. And if there's any attachments, we can add it here, and let's submit the request. So this is how the end user can just create a ticket, just a basic ticket from the self-service portal. And now we will look at how an end user can submit a service request from the portal as well. As I mentioned at the beginning, we will look at a new starter onboarding scenario to show a couple of service team features. So we will look at the service request now. So if I go to catalog, and let's open up human resources, and from there maybe onboard new personnel. And the first thing we will notice here is the question set. And here, so basically the process of a service request often begins with a set of questions like you're looking at the screen now. And responses to these questions initiate and formulate the request. In addition, a request offering might be linked to a ticket template that we will cover on later, which could include automated activities, approval process, or what we call standard activities. Now, let's fill out the information and submit the request. Let's say the job posting is 1311008. And name of the employee may be Edward, employment type full-time, department IT operations, and resource, so maybe tier 2 service desk agent, and start date maybe 2 weeks from now, which is going to be 27th. And if there's any attachments like a headshot or something, we can add it here, and let's submit the request. So we basically submitted both the tickets. First one was just an incident like VPN issue, and this is the onboarding scenario for an employee. Now let's have a look at the ticket template, how it is attached with the service request and how it actually works. So if I go back to the application itself to look at the ticket template, we can see this is the new employee onboarding ticket template. And here we can see the ticket fields. We did a cut here. Let's have a look at the ticket template, which is new employee onboarding. And here we can see a couple of ticket fields like text processing option, ticket title, ticket type. Usually it comes in as an incident, but in this case, as we're using the ticket template, we determine that it will come in as a service request. Then we have the service here, the set owner. So rather than just generalized service desk, we want this type of request to be a part of this onboarding team. Hence, we have the set owner as onboarding team here. We have the impact and urgency selected, and also category and subcategory there. Under options and automations, we can see all those automation activity templates. So for example, to accomplish this particular service request, which is onboard a new personnel, maybe we need a couple of steps, starting from an approval process from hiring manager, then maybe begin the onboarding request, maybe adding the user in AD or payroll setup or assigning a new asset to the employee. All of them are part of this automation activity template. And then we have the standard activities where we can see the activity template. And this basically shows up all the tasks. So if there's any task associated with that particular service request, we can see them, or we can configure them from the standard activities here as well. Now let's go back to the application and let's see how it looks like from a service desk agent point of view to process both of the tickets. So now if I go back to tickets and maybe looking at all the tickets that we have. So here we can see the last two tickets. One of them is the VPN issue. And let me open that up. So this is the first ticket that we submitted from the self-service portal. And here we can see a couple of informations like the ticket title or the description or maybe the ticket type. So here we can see the ticket type. It came in as a ticket because when somebody just submits a ticket from the portal, self-service portal usually comes in as a ticket so that the service desk agent can determine based on the title and the description whether it falls under incident, service request, or problem. So let's say it's just an incident, and we can see the urgency and the impact. So the end user David selected the urgency as 2. It could be a wrong urgency, and service desk agent is thinking maybe it's falls under 3 medium, and the impact could be 4. And if I save that record, it's going to show me the priority of the ticket. So in this case, based on the urgency 3 and impact 4, we can see that it's a priority 4 ticket, and hence it started counting the response due in time, resolution due in time there. And this time and date basically drives by the service plan that we have here under the service plan Silver customer. So this determines your service level objectives and everything. So how you're managing your business hours or service operation hours, all of them are basically part of this service plan here. Now, let me just assign the ticket so that we can see a couple of more fields here. So I can just assign it to myself if I want, or I can just assign it to a particular user, or maybe a resolver team who is responsible for resolving this type of ticket. So in this case, I'm just going to assign it to myself so that I can explore a couple of more features here. So now it is in the assign stage, and I can put it in progress. And I can see at any point if I want to hold a ticket, or maybe if I want to capture a time entry, I can do that right from here. And there is something on the right side, as you can see, this bar here, which is called the productivity pane or app side pane. Now I can open that up just to show that how it works. So I can see all the ticket activities, which is part of this productivity pane here. So the productivity pane is crucial as it enhances the efficiency of the service desk agents, providing a 360-degree view of the ticket without leaving the ticket. It provides access to elements such as activities that we're looking at now, right? So under activities, we can see all the activities that has been happening throughout the life cycle of this ticket. So in this particular case, we can see that when the ticket got raised by David, it just sends out a notification to David's email saying that thanks for your request. So we can see it right from the activities tab here. Then if there's any attachments, we can see it from here. If there's any work item associated with a particular ticket or service request, we are able to see it right through the productivity pane here. And also the contact details, for example, who is David Smith, the person is a VIP or not, the role, the job title, all those details, including what type of tickets that usually we get from David Smith, is part of this productivity pane as well. So that maybe if it's always password related issues or VPN related issues, the service desk agent can help David better with maybe another knowledge base components or something like that. Then we have the guidance tab. So for example, maybe as a service desk agent, I'm trying to resolve this ticket and I need some help from a knowledge base component. I can just come to this guidance tab and I can look for maybe a VPN related knowledge base component. I can get some help from there and simultaneously work on the ticket. So just by its name, the productivity pane. So the whole point of having this here is to make the service desk agents more productive when they're working on a ticket. Now let's go back and let's have a look at the other ticket that we had, which is the onboarding new personnel. And in this case, the first thing you will notice here, this is a service request, obviously, that we submitted from the portal. We can see that it is a nicely populated ticket with all the information seen. So starting from maybe the ticket type, we can see this came in as a service request rather than just a ticket. We can see the contact, account, and this is the ticket template that we showed earlier. And based on that, it basically filled out all the information. So we can see the category, subcategory, the urgency, impact, and based on that urgency 4 and impact 4, it already calculated the priority 4, and we can see the response during time and resolution during time is there. And also we can see that particular automation stream, and automation is running for this particular case, and those question answers, we can see them right from the description there. Now we are using Teams approval here to get the first step done, as first one is getting an approval from the HR manager for doing this onboarding scenario. So if I go to Microsoft Teams, I'll be able to see that notification there. And similar way, I can see it from my email as well. So if I go to my email, I will be able to see the same request there. So either way, I can just accept it either from Teams or maybe from my email. So if I go back to Teams, let's say I want to approve this. Let's say approved as requested, and I can approve that particular request. And then I will get a final confirmation saying that it's been approved. Now, if I go back to that particular ticket, I'll be able to see that from automation running, it will be fulfilled after some time, and a CI, maybe a new computer or desktop, will be assigned for this new employee here. Now, the next thing, and also the last part that I want to show from here, which is the Insights tab, and how it works is basically it's field level tracking. So here you can see different timeline insights, and when the ticket got assigned to somebody, or maybe how long it was sitting there, nobody was working on that. So things like that you can just monitor right through the Insights tab. We do also have audit history, but Insights have more features and capabilities. Hence, we suggest everybody to use the Insights tab. And also you can make a report out of this Insights tab as well. So that's pretty much for this demonstration today. I will pass it over to Greg at this point. Thanks, everyone.
Great. Thanks, Ash. Nice job. So again, this was really intended to give you a very high level overview of the ServiceTeam ITSM product. There's so much more in terms of capabilities and details around automations and flows and how things work in the system. I encourage you, if you have any interest, to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to have our team spend some time with you, understand how we might be able to help you, and of course, dig deeper into the product capabilities with live demonstrations just for you. So again, Ash, thank you very much for your time and the great demo. And to those that are watching, we hope to hear from you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye for now.